we live? Hmm. Hang in there, guys. Just checking one thing real quick. Make sure my audio is where it needs to be. Now it's where it needs to be. Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do now. If you haven't slammed that bell, please do now because we got a lot of great things going on. Whew. Man, thanks so much for joining in tonight. I can't reiterate that enough. It feels good. I had some great quality time with my son today and enjoyed every minute of it. He actually brought his little girlfriend down, and we had some went and had some fajitas tonight, and it was nice being able to get out and meet her. And they're madly in love, y'all. Wow. It's neat seeing people that are madly in love. I remember when I first fell in love, man, that feeling of just got to know that person, want to know everything about them, got to go everywhere with them and do things. And that's kind of like where they're at right now. And it's really a neat thing to see that take place. But tonight I wanted to talk about something really interesting, and that is the RE-20. As you guys know, we have a giveaway on the Shure SM7B, and all you have to do to enter that contest is just subscribe to the channel. It's easy. Just hit that button. Should be right about down there somewhere, and slam that bell, and then type down as to why you'd like a Shure microphone, and that'll get you in the contest. And we do have a drawing coming up soon. So just let you guys know, it won't be long. We're going to be giving another one of those away. But I have a new friend in my studio, man. And that is the Electro Voice RE-20. And I got to say, man, I love this microphone, man. It really feels like I'm looking at something that has been in a time capsule for many, many years. Now, as you know, you guys, this microphone came out in 1968 and is still the number one microphone in all your broadcast studios. But I love this microphone. I want to say every time I look at it or begin to talk in it, I almost feel like it was created and dropped down from another dimension. It looks so way ahead of its time that it just makes me feel good to look at it. I can't stop inspecting this microphone, man. Not only does it sound really good when you get up in the mic and get kind of close to it, like in this area, you may not be able to tell too much if you're listening to on your computer because the size of the speakers in the computer. But if you're listening to my audio on your say your monitors or your headphones or some quality speakers, you can really hear how nice and warm this microphone sounds. But it just really looks like something out of the future, man. Just sci-fi. And Electro Voice really hit the nail on the head when they dropped this one down. But I want to show you this 642 that they also created here in 1963. This one had an award, Academy Award. But check out this microphone and tell me these guys weren't really ahead of their time whenever they were making these microphones. I mean, look at this thing. Look, notice these ribs in here on this mic, and this microphone just still has this smell to it that it puts off. It's such a beautiful smell on this microphone, and as old as it is. Now, keep in mind, I will be doing some audio with you guys to let you hear this baby in action. And I've got one here in the back that you can see hooked up that's hanging over my head right now. But I'm actually going to plug these babies in one day soon and let you hear how great they sound, man. But Electro Voice, man, they came out with this mic many years ago in the 60s. and it's been a favorite by many um, in the studios, man. And I want to tell you something about this mic. When I first got this, I can't remember if it was this one or that one that I got first, because I found them at two different times. But when I first got the microphone in, the first thing that I did, I plugged it up and I recorded some acoustic guitar with it. And I just remember listening back to the acoustic guitar, and I was several feet away from my acoustic guitar, but I was pointing it somewhere around the 12th fret or maybe the sound hoe. It's been so long, but I want to say I probably started around the 12th fret and had my guitar angled toward the front of the mic, and did a track and listened back to it and was like, oh my gosh, the realism that this microphone sounds, it really sounds like that you're right in the room with the instrument. And so then I did another take with me doing a vocal track with a guitar all in one session, and on one track, vocals and guitar. And I just couldn't believe how great this microphone sounds, man. And then after the fact, I did a little research. I dug in a little deeper and did a little more research on this microphone. And this microphone was used in all those sitcom movies like I Dream of Jeannie and the Hee Haw Show and things like that. If you ever used to watch the Hee Haw Show, I was just a little kid when that came on, but Roy Clark and some of those guys were just really, really, really great guitar players uh, in their time and really did some fantastic guitar work. But it's kind of neat to know that they probably had one of these microphones recording some of their live performances while they were doing the Hee Haw show. And it's kind of a neat thing because of all the now I was because of all the different shows that they had. Who's to say that this microphone probably wasn't on one of those sitcoms? Because today this would be valued at probably about a $3,000 microphone. So what it costs then to have one as of today. So in comparison, it'd be about a $3,000 microphone. So not everybody could afford this mic back in the day, and only your people who did movies and shows like that had these. The majority had these microphones. So that leads me to think that probably this one and the one behind me was definitely on the cast somewhere. But yeah, man, I had to bring out the fact that Electro Voice, they're just so far ahead of their time, what they were doing in the 60s. It's mind-boggling to think that they had their creativity was just flowing so much that it really looks like something out of the future, dropped in from another kind. And I got to looking at the RE-20 as well. Uh-oh, sorry guys, hit that pretty hard. But I got to looking at the RE-20 and looking at the ribs in it as well. And if you look at the ribs in this microphone, it kind of resembles the same kind of style right here with these little ribs going down all through here. And what that's for is to reject the sound from the back of the microphone. But I really like the way this RE-20 sounds, man. I love that Shure SM7B. I really do. It is like a great microphone and is used on countless of albums and stuff like that. But this RE-20, you know, um, it's been on a lot of records too, man. So I keep looking at it and looking at it and just admire it, and I can't get over the how aesthetically it looks, and it just feels great in my studio, and I'm glad to be able to have it, man. And so, if any of you guys out there have an RE-20 or have used the RE-20, type down there as to what you like about this microphone. Is it the looks? Is it how it sounds? What instruments have you used it on before? And I've used it on the kick drum. I've used it on the floor tom. And believe it or not, I've even used this microphone on miking the acoustic guitar and did some really cool stuff with it. Um, it's just an all around beautiful mic. I love it. I had the Mogami cable, my Mogami. the one of my, I only have like two Mogami cables, and Mogami's really a good, great cable. I love Mogami. But at the time when I outfitted my studio, I outfitted it with I chose to go with Monster cable, and they had Monster, and then they had Monster 500, and then they had Monster 1000. And at the time, I just outfitted my whole studio with a Monster Cable 1000, which was the most expensive cable that you could purchase. But I'm not sure if here, let me move my camera a little bit so you can see. I want you to look at how thick that Monster cable is coming out of this RE-20. It's just major thick, man. Um, Compared to my Mogami cable, um, I got to looking at that and holding the two up. This thing literally weighs, I mean, I didn't put it on a scale, but that Monster cable, it has some massive meat to it and some weight. But I just think it looks really kind of cool coming out of the back of this RE-20, and the two really kind of look good together, man. So I am going to be doing some testing on on using the older 642, and I'm going to disconnect my RE-20 and then probably set this microphone. I don't know. It would be okay to set it at least 5 or 6 feet away from me and just point it down at me like so, and and let you guys hear it, hear how great it sounds, man. It really sounds good. But I will say, whenever I do the video, if you do have a set of headphones or some good monitors in your house, go ahead and plug those in because I want you guys to hear, excuse me, the quality of this microphone and how great it sounds, man. But I don't know the actual weight of this Electro Voice 642 right here. I could probably get online real quick and find out how much this weighed. But it literally feels like I'm at the gym lifting weights, man. I mean, it's got some meat to it and it is heavy. But Electro Voice, ahead of their time, you know, looks like something dropped in from the aliens, man. Doesn't it? It just doesn't even look like it belongs here on this planet. But the RE-22, way ahead of its time. Who'd have thought, when I'm kind of curious to think, okay, when they did the design on this mic and this one, were they thinking that not only did they build it to last, I mean, this microphone's been out for nearly 55 years. Okay. Let's see, no, 60, yeah, 68. So was that 53 years it's been out, somewhere around there. But I wonder if if they were thinking that this microphone would be the number one microphone in every broadcast, radio station, newscast, would be the number one microphone. I mean, I know they knew they were building creating a monster, but did they really know that it would be still the number one go-to microphone for broadcast radio? I don't know if they probably did. I mean, I'm sure they, it's kind of like whenever you create something, but if you're the creator, you don't really realize how great it is, And it's kind of like something like that. I know a lot of artists that are really great and talented, but they're so talented that they don't even realize that they're talented. You know what I'm trying to say? And it kind of reminds me of the designer whenever they were building this. They created so much of a monster, they probably didn't really realize what how great it was going to be. Wow. It's kind of neat to know that I've got one here and it's arrived in my studio. If you guys have looked at some of my past videos, you know that I am a mic collector and had many mics in my time of it being in the studio. This was one of them I had, and in my situation that I was in at the time, I had to let go a lot of just about all my microphones, and I regret that very much. So it's kind of tough getting getting those mics back just simply because finding them in the condition that I had them in, they were pretty much in all mint condition for their age. And I had Turner mics and I had Electro Voice mics, the 676, the Jim Morrison mics. I had just a bunch. And so I let these microphones go, and trying to get them back in my hands is quite a task. And so I have the RE-20 back, and I'm so happy I got this one in here. And slowly but surely, I'm going to build my mic locker back up. And this time around, I'm not going to let them go. I'm not going to let anyone choose for me is making my decisions of letting my beautiful pieces of work go, man. So, and this is one of them. I had three of these, and when I got rid of that one, I was like, well, I've got two, so it's not going to be a big deal. And I'm so glad that I never let these two go. And I'll probably pass these down to my son and let him carry the torch. But Electro Voice, way ahead of its time, and it's funny. I don't know if you know, but I did a little research on them the other night and mentioned it, how they got their name in a past video of mine. But it was actually a football coach that had a speech impediment or had a problem with the people, his football players hearing him. So Electro Voice, before they became Electro Voice, it was two men that was putting together the company, and they designed a PA system for this coach. And anyway, he typed him back or gotten back in touch with him and said, "Thank you so much for the electric voice." The electric voice. He called it the electric voice. And then right after that, Electro Voice came out with their name and started their company. I just thought that was really kind of interesting how people, when they create something or do something, they just dive right into it. They don't really tell too many people what they're doing. They just do. They just do. And I think that's a really neat thing about an artist or people who are artists or creative people. They don't go around telling everybody what they're going to do. They just do. And that's a beautiful thing. And so I try to keep that in mind whenever I'm doing something or going to start doing something. I just like doing it and then say I did it. But the Electro Voice RE-20, what a beautiful microphone, man. If you guys don't have one, I did a little research and called many people and got quotes on the RE-20. And for the best price and the fastest shipping, I put a link down there below, man. If you guys want one, you don't have to hassle with salespeople or anything like that, man. Click that link and they'll ship it right to your door, man. It's ultra lightning fast and the best price that you're going to get on the RE-20. And so I love it, man. And I'm just very, very thankful and grateful that I have one back in my studio. And I'll probably end up staying on this microphone the majority of my time when I do my podcast and whatnot, my YouTube channel. But I just love the way it sounds, man. It just really has a really good sound to it. And especially when you kind of get up in the microphone like this or talk across the capsule. And it just really has a nice sound to it. I really, really like it and enjoy it and can see why that it is the go-to microphone out of all the other microphones um, in the studio doing broadcast. But a lot of interesting things going on right now, man. I wasn't going to get on tonight. I wasn't going to plan on doing a show tonight. Like I say, I was spending the day and some time, quality time with my son. And it was kind of nice seeing him. He came into town. And so I really didn't have anything planned to get on here and do. And as you guys know, I pretty much freeform all my videos. And so I got to looking at this Electro Voice when I sat down in the studio. I was like, man, I could talk about that microphone for days. for days and nights, man. Surely I can come up with something to say about this beautifully made microphone that's still the number one microphone in all your broadcast studios. Wow, interesting, huh? So I've been doing. I think my next video. I've been doing a lot of soul searching myself on digging in deep and trying to do a little woodshedding on analyzing mixes here lately. And if you watch my past video, "Diamonds Are Forever" is part of the title, or "Diamonds Last Forever," whatever. I talk about how you can get better at being a better mixer or engineer. And part of that is to just analyzing and breaking down a mix and a song. And I got to listen to that song and that came out in 1965 in the month of May by James Brown. Do you guys remember James Brown? I Feel Good. That song, I Feel Good. You know, everybody can relate to that song. And this guy loved to emphasize on the one, on the beat of the one. And man, that song right there is just awesome, man. And I got to listen to that song, what propelled the song, what drives that song, and what made it such a great song. And I just really want to say for all you producers out there that are producing songs, stay off the trendy stuff. Stay off the trendy stuff because the trendy stuff will fall by the wayside. And these great songs, if you want to help your artists out and do something beneficial for the artist, don't use things that are in the mix that are trendy. Because if you listen to timeless songs, they're just very, very simple songs. Um, and they're beautiful and they last forever. So I was listening to I Feel Good by James Brown and kind of analyzing as to what propelled the song, what pushed the song, what was the main focal point of the song, other than his lyrics and his energy and passion in the lyrics. But it was the kick drum and the bass guitar. And if you get some time tonight, go listen to on YouTube. Listen to his. There's two different versions. There's one of him live, and then there's the record. Okay, the single. And I listened to both of them. Now, on the live version, it was the drums and the snare. The snare was really cracking and popping that was driving the song. But on the record, it was the bass guitar and the kick drum. And, some horns. It was a very, very simple mix, man. There wasn't too much going on. There was a horn section that came in. You could really hear the drums and the bass guitar that was driving it, and then James Brown's vocals. And you know what? I got to looking at all the movies that's been in. It's probably been in, if I had to guess, 20 movies or more that song they played, that they used that song in the movies. And why? Because it's just such a timeless song, you know? It's one of those songs where the producer didn't get in the way, let the guy who was mixing it out, I think his name was like Willie something or whatever, but anyway, yeah, they did it all. They produced it and they mixed it and just let it be what it was for what it is, man. Didn't have all these elements in there that are trendy, you know? And so I've been into actually analyzing songs and trying to depict it as to when things come in and when things don't, and when things go, and all the ear candy stuff. And so I've got another show I'll probably do on that, on actually analyzing the mix and breaking it down to where you guys can, especially for you guys that are just starting out who don't know much about mixing or whatever. And this will help you out a long ways. And you'll be appreciative that I kind of let you in on some of these little tips. But it'll help you. It'll help you become a better listener and a better producer or engineer when you go to mixing your own stuff out, or for friends or whatever like that. And it'll just help you out a long ways in your engineering, man. And so I've been doing that a lot lately. I've just been taking about an hour of my time during the day and going back and listening to songs from the 60s, the 50s, the 70s, and just analyzing these songs as to what made it a great song. Or there might be a song that'll pop in my head, and if I hear it on the radio today, then I know, and they played it back, 30 years ago, and it sounds to be a timeless song to me. Those are the songs that I've really been listening to and paying attention to because those are the songs that you really want to create for your artist. Uh, Not just what's going to be a hit today, but that'll be a timeless song. And that's what you really, really want to do is you want to help your artist out by, having a mix like that for them. And don't jump into the trendy stuff. And I say that like everybody and their brothers using that T-Pan where your voice sounds robotic. And that's one of those things. If you have a great artist who sings great and a great mix, if you're using those things that are going to be trendy, it's going to be out of style in 10 years, and it won't be a everlasting song. It'll be timeless. So for all you producers out there who just want a quick buck, quit hurting yourself and quit hurting the artist, man. Go back to the simplicity stuff as to what makes a great song and a timeless song, and focus on that. Focus on it can be different in every shape and form, but just nothing that's trendy. So keep that in mind, all you producers, and do yourself a favor and do the artist a favor, and get creative. Get as creative as you want to be, but don't do anything trendy. Okay. I hope I don't get slammed too hard for saying that, but anyway, it's the way I feel because I listen to a lot of songs. I listened yesterday to a lot of songs that Elvis Presley had made when he first came out, and then later on in his career. And I was thinking, golly, I'd probably hear more of these Elvis songs on the radio if they didn't do all that doo wop and bebop stuff in the music. And just really set it in its time as to what was trendy. And you don't hear it on the radio, because of that. But then you hear that song that he did, My Way, and it was a great written song. It was a well performed song and a well mixed song. And those are the three key elements that you want to try to create a timeless song that'll last a lifetime. So I was listening to that song going, man, the guy could sing great. He was so beautiful voice and the lyrics are awesome. And why didn't the producer just do more of that stuff and stay away from the trendy stuff? I don't know. And there's a lot of music out there like that. The producer wants to get in the way of the artist and add all this stuff that's superficial in there that um, someday they'll regret. In fact, I was watching this one engineer talking tonight, and he was talking about when he mixed Genesis out, the group Genesis. He was talking about how in the album there was these electronic drums that they use, and how he wished today that he could go back and just record all the drums over again because of the fact that it was just a trending thing. But I mean, hey, it sold many, many albums, and I don't know. But anyway, the Electro voice, man, the Electro voice, a beautiful microphone, withstands the test of time, still works. They created some beauties here, man, and dropped them off for us to enjoy for the rest of our life and our kids. So thank you, Electro voice. I tip my hat down to you and give you two thumbs up. Speaking of two thumbs up, if you like this video, man, give me a thumbs up, man, and share with your friends. I know you got friends out there. Share with your friends and, help promote my channel. I'd appreciate it very, very much. As always, I do. Each and every single one of you, I appreciate all of you. So I had fun tonight. Tonight's been a great night, and I hope you had a great day today. And if you want some other great stuff, and I'll try to do a little bit for everyone if you're just joining in tonight, I try to give a little bit of information out for those of you who are just starting out, who would want to start to record, but just don't know what to do and what type of mics to start out with. And maybe all you have is a Shure 58 and you're recording on Reaper or whatever. But, so I try to cater to those guys because everybody needs help, right? We all do. And then I try to cater to some of you that's a little further along. And then I try to cater to those that are more advanced. And of course, it's a learning experience for all of us, and none of us know it all. And so it's just nice to be able to get on here and have a platform to share what I know with you guys and learn some things from you as well along the way. So it's all about the journey, and it's not so much about the destination, but it's about the ride, man. Easing on back and enjoying the ride and meeting great friends like you guys out there. Dennis, thank you so much. I'm glad you found me on YouTube and a few others, Bull Tide and just a few other people that I've met there. Enjoy y'all's company. Enjoy y'all sitting in and hanging out with me, man. And I love y'all's comments, each and every one of y'all. So when y'all leave comments, I try to, answer to all of them and get back with you. But thank you so much for joining in, man. Tune in. I try to get in on 7 o'clock, but sometimes that's 7 o'clock Texas time. Sometimes I get a whim and I just have something that crosses my mind and it's fresh in my mind. And being that nothing's scripted out, I got to get it out while it's fresh in my mind. Kind of like a song, or maybe you hear a riff and you want to grab your guitar and you want to play it and you want to jot down what lyrics you have in your head so that you don't forget it, right? So it's kind of like one of those things for me. I'll something across my mind as to what I want to talk about, and I got to get it out. I want to share it with you guys so I don't forget it. It may be a title, or it may be a picture, or it may be just something that can kind of tie a story together, and I want to share it with y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining in. Come back in tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I will be on at 7 o'clock tomorrow night for sure, and have something good to talk about. It'll probably be in the mix of some sort. Haven't created a neat title or a catchy hook for it yet, but I'll sleep on it tonight, man, and something will come to mind, I'm sure. But thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you for joining in tonight. And as always, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do ring the bell, and we will see you